So, you guys can probably tell I'm at home and everything is so different. I'm so sorry. I'm just on iPhone right now. I have no makeup on. I got a weekend pass so I can leave for the whole weekend and come back like when the weekend's done, which I know for some people it's like so bad, but for me that's such a good accomplishment. I'm so proud of myself. And they cut my hair because they shaved it right here. You probably see. So I have a comb over because, yeah. And they cut it, so don't be surprised when you see it super short, but I'll try to style it so it'll still be good. What happened? I'll tell you, because I know a lot of people will ask. What happened was, you know how I was working at my mom's office, so from Thursday to Friday night, like during the night, I was in bed and I got a headache. And usually I get a headache because I'm anemic, because I don't eat meat because I'm vegetarian. And I go to sleep and I wake up and they're totally fine. So what happened was I had a headache, but I woke up because of the headache and I was screaming, like it hurt so much. And usually headaches don't make you scream. And because it was Thursday to Friday, I had come up with every excuse in the book not to go to work Friday, but I had to because I work for my mom. So I knew I was going to have to go. And so I woke up screaming because it hurt so much. And normally they say only 1% of people my age get this. That was my sister. Only 1% of people my age get this. And most of them die because people think they're drunk. But I wasn't drinking because I don't drink. So they knew I wasn't drunk. And, so I had this headache and I was at home for like 3 days. Like, it came on overnight from Thursday to Friday, and I was like throwing up, and my head hurt, and like everything so much. And they said, well, I made my mom look online to see what it was with Michael, and they said it's probably a migraine because it has all the exact same symptoms like a migraine. So I was like, okay, whatever, it's a migraine. And I was kind of ignoring it because I didn't know better, they didn't know better, no one knew better. So whatever. And then on the Saturday first, my mom called my doctor to see like maybe she can do something, but she was on vacation in Peru, so they couldn't do anything. She said, well, you could take her to the hospital if you want, but the receptionist, but none of the doctors are in today, and, like, pretty much it sounds like a migraine. You described it, it's probably a migraine, and I was like, yeah, that's probably a migraine, oh well. So, it didn't do anything, and then Friday they didn't do anything, Saturday they didn't do anything, and then Sunday I was like, Mom, you have to do something, it hurts so much. So she called telehealth, which is like the hotline for when you're sick. You can call them and they'll tell you what to do. So she called and they said, listen, you need to take her to a hospital right now. And they said, like, call an ambulance or drive her or whatever, just go to hospital. And I was like, okay, like, scared in bed, obviously. My mom was like, well, I won't be able to get her down the stairs because there's a lot of stairs, and it's, like, she's so dizzy. So I was like, just call an ambulance, whatever. And, like, in Ontario, I know a lot of places in the States you have to pay, but in Ontario, it's covered from OHIP, which is like Ontario Health something. I don't know what it is. Never OHIP. I call it OHIP. And it's a green card. Some people have red and white, but those are really, really old. And so it was mostly covered. Like, it would have been, for her, it would have been $200, but OHIP covered it, so it was only $45, which is, like, really good for ambulances. So I remember, like, they didn't put me on a stretcher, they didn't do anything. They were just like, yeah, okay, walk downstairs and sit in the wheelchair and whatever. So I did that because, like, I'm not going to argue with them. They held me downstairs, and I, went in the ambulance or whatever, and I went to the closest hospital, which is Centenary, and And there, I remember, like, I was in the regular waiting room. Like, it was totally, like, a normal person is sick, right? Because everyone was like, she has migraine. So then after I was in Centenary, I was in another wheelchair, and I remember them saying, like, keep your feet up. You don't want your feet to get dirty. There's no feet rests or foot rests. And I was like, okay. So I did that, and I remember them saying, follow the yellow dots on the floor, follow the purple dots for different dots, and within an hour, they knew what it was. They're like, her brain's bleeding. She has to go to St. Mike's right away. So I went, I think the camera's like there, but I'm looking at the screen. Sorry. So they were like, go to St. Mike's. So they ambulance transferred me from Centenary at Nielsen and Altamere, I think. Nielsen, Altamere, sure, why not? To St. Mike's, which is like right downtown by Eaton Center. And they were like, yeah, her brain's bleeding. Like, you should do something. So, the doctor was actually, my doctor is Dr. Kuzimani. I don't know his name. It's, like, really hard. Kuzimani. Dr. Kuzimani. Someone's that I heard. And, yeah, so they took me there, and he was on vacation that day, but he, like, came in anyways to, like, operate on. Are you causing a ruckus?
I am causing a ruckus.
To operate on my brain. They were like, well, send him anyway. So he came in and they operated on my brain. And what happened is, normally in your brain you have fluid and blood. I had a micro AVM, which is like, I don't know what it means. Basically, it's like it's like having a stroke. It's like called either the micro AVM or whatever it's actually called, which that stands for. Do you know what an AVM is? I know it's vernacular bleed. No, it's vernacular.
Vernacular and lenticular something.
I think it's a vernacular bleed, but I don't know what A is. Articulate, whatever. Anyways, so they call it that, or an AVM, micro AVM, or a bleeding stroke, or like a brain bleed, or whatever. They have lots and lots of names. So I had that, obviously, and they sent me to surgery right away as soon as I got to the hospital, because they need to, like, surgery it. So like I said, you have blood and fluid, but I had double the amount of fluid, I think, that you're supposed to have. Maybe blood, I don't know. I think it was fluid. Yeah, and they put in a shunt. They put in two, actually. A shunt is like a tube with like a metal end, and it drains the fluid out. And I was like, oh, well, there you go. It's draining the fluid, sure. And I had two, because they wanted to get out really fast, right? So they shaved my head, like I said. Right there. Oh, hold on. Let me zoom in. Right there. And they, so sad, I know. They shaved my head. They put in the shunt. And they cut my head first. They cut it open. I had, like, brain surgery. And they put it in the shunt. Then they used stitches to close it with the shunt still inside, because they wanted to make sure all the fluid was gone. Because the blood just reabsorbs into the brain and the body, right? And, yeah. So that's what they did. And I was in ICU, which is my other videos. You saw those. The ICU, I was there for 10 days. And on the 11th day, they moved me to the floor, which I call it the neurosurgery ward. But I don't know what it's really called. No one really does. So they moved me there. And then, and that was, sorry, I keep switching because I'm not used to vlogging. That finished. And then I went to the ward, and I was there, and the doctor came, and they all talked to me. It was kind of like Grey's Anatomy, where, like, the head doctor, and, like, all, like, the other ones, like, the interns, the residents, all that stuff. And, I was, like, crying because of what they were saying, and my mom and Michael were asking, like, all the hard questions, like, when must she be okay? Like, is she ever going to be okay? Blah, blah, blah. And I was crying because the answers were so sad. And he said 2 to 8 weeks until we take it out. And they're going to take out the AVM. Which is basically just like a bunch of blood vessels that exploded, like in my head. I know, right? And he said the other option, if you don't want the radiation, which can give you cancer, is to operate. But because it's like way back here, they didn't want to operate. They don't want to operate because it's like too risky. So instead, I have to have 210 lasers pointed right at the thing, and they explode the AVM. So I guess that's good. It won't ever come back, but still. So they put the shunt. I was in ICU, then the ward. Then the day I had to, I was telling the doctor. So he came and was saying all the scary things. And then, he said 2 to 8 weeks, we'll take it out, whatever. But probably between 3 months to a year recovery. And I was like, oh my God, that's forever. So, I thought it was really bad. I was crying a lot. And then the next day, the doctor came in and was like, no, we have found bed rehab for you. So that's good. I went to rehab right away. But rehab is so boring. I won't tell you that because I'm at that hospital right now. The other ones doesn't matter because, I was already there. So they said they found a bed at rehab, so I was going to go there, but not till the following Tuesday. So I had to spend the day that I would have spent, and then a whole another week, so it's 8 days total in, like, the ward part. And then, what happens is the ICU always has to have one extra bed in case they get a trauma, which means the floor needs to have one extra bed in case so they can move someone from the ICU to the floor. So they moved me. I was the healthiest, apparently. They moved me up to 14, which is general surgery. And then they were like, just one night, and then you'll go to rehab, and you'll find whatever. And I was like, okay. But the people on general surgery weren't very nice. I didn't think so. So, and yeah. I got that, and then the ambulance came again, and they moved me to rehab, and it's, like, I know it's, like, good for some people, and it's good that I'm in rehab, don't get me wrong, but, like, I know I talk so weird, I'm so sorry, and my right hand, isn't as fast, like, it's fast, but it's not as fast as my left, same with my whole right side, like, my right leg, arm, hand, everything. And I have a walker, but only temporary. Apparently this is temporary too. It'll get faster, which is good because I like the pain. But right now I have a walker, and I have to stay there for the week. I can only come home on the weekends. And I replied to some people on Twitter and Facebook and through YouTube, but only like 1 or 2, because if I look at it for too long, I get really dizzy, so I can't do that. But apparently, it'll all be back to normal soon. So right now I have physio and OT, which is occupational therapy, and speech to like make everything normal again. Yeah. That's pretty much it. But I wanted to say thank you to everyone who sent me letters and packages. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if I didn't write back yet, because my writing is like a 2nd grade boy. It's so bad. Sorry if you're a boy in 2nd grade, which you're probably not. But if you are, just saying. I want to write back to everyone, and I will, but I can't do it right now because obviously I'm still like, woohoo, like a little bit sick. So, yeah, but I get to come home on August 2nd, I believe, but I know we're supposed to be at a cottage, so they're going to try to get me out for the weekend, like, to start early, so I can go to the cottage, so you probably won't see any videos unless they're updates, until then, but hopefully, I don't know, you might. Yeah, so this one is really long. I'm so sorry, it's like 15 minutes. I talked a lot. But yeah, so, like, right now, obviously, I can't make any sponsor videos. I can't do anything. So all those people that, like, I have videos posted a few. I'm so sorry. I'll do them when I'm better. I can't do them right now. I hope you understand. I'm sure you do. You don't really have a choice, which is kind of bad, but it's fact. So, but right now I get to come home on the weekends, so that's fun. But I can't film or anything because I can't, like, my hands are too shaky for makeup and stuff right now, so I can't do that. But it's okay because they said it'll all get better, and it's just, I think it said it's just coordination that's off, but I have the same strength that I always did. So they said once your brain and your hand are at the same speed, it'll be fine. And once your mouth and your brain and it's ringing the phone, that, it'll be fine. So that's good. I don't think there's anything else. If you want to know, like, progress, the first thing I had a red tag on my walker, which means you can't walk alone. You have to have someone there. Then the next day I had a yellow tag, which is like, you need supervision only. Now I have a green one, which is independent. So that's good. I got it yesterday. And today they changed my walker from one with 2 wheels to one with 4, which I know seems like no big deal, but for me it's a really big deal. And I'm so happy. So I just thought I'd let you know because a lot of people want to know what happened. So that's what happened. And as I come up with, like, I don't know. As I come up with, what are those things? I guess, like, I do it. I forget a word. Sorry. Not like, I don't know how to explain. I guess updates, but, like, I don't come up with updates. I just make them. Whatever. Anyways, as I make updates, I'll keep you informed to what happened. But for now, I have short hair. I know, it's so bad. I know a lot of people are going to be like, short hair looks good on you. And it's just hair, I know, and it'll grow back. But I think the difference is the last time I had short hair, I wanted short hair. So it's different when you're forced and when you want it. And I didn't have an option, they just cut it. So, at least they didn't cut it all. That would make me sad. Some pieces are longer because they're the comb over part. But whatever. Anyways, that's all, and I will see you hopefully not in a video so long again because this one's like 18 minutes. Okay, bye guys.